Well, I'll tell you what, fellas, the biggest question that's come by my channel this past weekend has been how I felt about fixed rolls on weapons. Now, I've kind of given my answer in chats, but I said I was going to make a video, and I did want to break this down into pretty much 3 categories, guys. So, straight up, what are the pros, what are the cons, and what are the major fucking cons? Because there can be some major potential cons from having fixed rolls in this game. So let me just go ahead and get the good out of the way, man. The pros is it's gonna be a level playing field, as in everyone has somewhat of a fighting chance to get that good weapon. If you're like me, I've been grinding for an IS Luna now for forever. And anyone out there that says, oh, it's not that hard to grind, you already have a good roll IS Luna, my friend. For people like me that have put in thousands of hours in the Crucible without seeing a good roll IS Luna, I just went ahead and wrote it off as it's never gonna fucking happen. So that also puts aside the bullshit RNG. Now there will still be RNG there, as in getting the weapon will definitely be there, but there will not be the situation where we have to go through a number of guns that are just trash because of its perks. The weapon itself might be good, but the perks on it, considering the roll, is just straight up ass. Another thing that is kind of a pro, which is something that sets aside exotics from all other weapons, is that every weapon will be different. Every weapon will have its own uniqueness. Now, hopefully, it will be uniqueness in a good way and not uniqueness in the way that we've seen some of our other exotics, right? So uniqueness is good if the weapons themselves are also really good, but it's really bad if the weapons are ass. You don't want a bunch of weapons that are uniquely shitty. You see, that's just not gonna work out for us. So we need weapons that are gonna be different, but different also in a good way. Now let's talk about the cons, and these are just the basic cons. The biggest con that jumps out to me is there will be no longer any mystery behind loot drops, except after we first get the loot. As in, once you see that was a last word, every time you get a last word after that, there's not that thrill of, oh my god, what did I just get? You know, of course, that won't be that big of a deal if, for say, we have just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of weapons. That won't be a problem. But yes, there will no longer be that mystery behind, oh my god, what are the rolls on that weapon? Which is kind of a bummer for a lot of us, because even today, man, I get excited. You know, just over the other day, I got a Bionic Hero, man. I was so excited to get that thing because I was like, oh, what are the rolls? The rolls weren't that great, but it's still, there's that level of excitement there that we won't really have in Destiny 2 after we initially learn the different weapons. Now let's talk about the major possible cons. So the biggest major con of this, and I had to put a lot of thought into this to figure out how to structure this correctly, but imagine if Palindrome was a fixed roll weapon, okay? What if it was a fixed roll weapon and it only had reinforced barrel on it? Would anyone really use it all that very much? It wouldn't be used nearly as much as it is now. The potential to roll that weapon with rangefinder and rifle barrel is what makes that weapon competitive, right? It enables you to retain that stability, but max out the range, and of course extend it even further with something like rangefinder. And so if the weapons are going to be introduced into Destiny 2, they cannot be fixed roll weapons that are potentially just ass. You cannot have ass perks on a weapon and expect there to be variety in the game. There's going to have to be perks in the game, and at least from what I've seen, many of the perks that are on our weapons in Destiny 2 are very similar to the one in Destiny 1, but we haven't seen everything. But you can't go into there with the expectancy that there's going to be variety in Crucible if there is a 99 out of the 100 weapons in front of us that have shitty perks on them, and then there's that one gun that has a good set of perks on them. There needs to be full thoughts into each one of these guns that makes them unique, makes them good, and makes them all considerably competitive. And then the user's ability is what really makes that weapon shine. That's going to be the issue with Destiny 2 more than anything. So guys, that's my thoughts on it, man. I think a fixed roll system could definitely work in Destiny 2, but not in the same sense as Destiny 1. If a fixed roll system was in place for Destiny 1, it would never possibly work. but having a fixed roll system in Destiny 2 will work if certain criteria are met. A large loot pool, and on top of that, allowing every perk on each weapon to be somewhat useful and advantageous for the weapon, and not the other way around like we currently have sometimes with some of our weapons here in Destiny 1. So guys, that's my thoughts on it, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I do want y'all's thoughts in the comments below, though. Would love to hear what you have to say, and please take time to constructively speak your opinion. I've been getting a lot of fuck Bungie in a lot of my comment sections, and believe me, none of these videos are hate videos toward Bungie. I think what we got going forward is going to be a good thing, and I'm excited to see what D2 is going to bring us. So guys, I'll catch y'all later. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.